This is the aircraft that has been most requested to try out with the Moza AB9 base on this channel, and that is what we are going to do. Hey guys, Emils here, and in this video we will be trying out how the Moza AB9 base Force Feedback performs in some flight maneuvers and also carrier operations and weapons employment. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, we are in the F-14, and we are going to be testing out the flight characteristics first to see how the resistance works and effects that you might have while you're just doing some flight maneuvers, right? So we'll just start by doing maybe a bit sharper of a turn. This way. You can start to feel a bit of a vibration here when we are losing speed and kind of challenging the airplane more. We are holding this constant movement. And it definitely is getting more resistance. When you push the nose forward, you get barely any resistance, which is interesting, which I'm not sure if that's how it should be. Because when you pull back, you get resistance. When you push forward, it almost jumps a little. It's like when you start pushing forward. Now this time it was fine. This time. Now this time, oh. When you black out, you also the stick goes kind of numb, so all the resistance is lost. So right now there's quite minimal resistance, right? We are high, good airspeed, everything's good lift. Now if we take our speed down, and straighten out, just take down our speed a little. And we start doing that again. You start feeling the shake. But the resistance also gets higher. With a lower speed, still pretty much holding the stick in about the same position. I can't say it's exactly the same because my hand's slipping even with this, because I have to put in more force with my hand to actually keep it in the same position, which is hard to feel out because just naturally you just pull it harder, right? So it has some, it does a kind of adaptive resistance, right? So it works like that. It has real trim, as I might have mentioned, so you can hold the trim back and the in-game stick moves back, and so does this one. Now, you have to toggle a setting in the actual F-14 menu for this to work properly, but it works well. The trim's nice, and you can also trim it out left and right. So now I trim out right roll, and I'm going to trim it back to left. That should be about accurate. So those are some of the flight dynamics. Now let's test it out in the air with some weapons as well as some ground ordnance. By the way, if you want to check out the base for yourself, then I have left a link to it, as well as other gear I used to fly, in the description. Okay, so we are now on the carrier deck and we're gonna just launch straight from it. I think our afterburner was on already. We were just burning fuel while standing there. How much fuel do we have left? That's enough. Alright, now we can take off. Contact ground. Salute. Ready to launch. Can feel the stick vibrating. a little nudge when they release it, and a sort of release when you roll off the deck. It's sort of like a little jolt, and it's like dunk, kind of when you get your wheels off the deck. Now let's put it back out of afterburner. Now, a weird thing I have, which I'm pretty sure I didn't have when we just tested it in the air, that was an air start. There's a sort of buzz throughout the stick. Sort of like a buzzing cell phone. But it's kind of, yeah, it's just non-stop. That was caused due to gear motion. I just turned off a lot of telemetry effects, and I found out that was from gear motion. Which is weird, since Jester, not now, since the gear was up. So, don't know. Alright. Let's get Jester to get our weapons ready. So, the effects might have some issues right now, but as I've said in previous videos, Moza is hard at work updating. They've also said they're gonna do a rework in the winter of the software to make it more user-friendly, more accessible, because currently it is quite difficult to use. Alright, air-to-ground mode. That's on. Let's get our missiles ready as well. But yeah, currently we're just going to use air-to-ground. Interesting. Now that I'm rocking a little bit, I'm pretty sure... Does the F-14 have spoilers or something? Those are probably spoilers. You can feel spoiler actions also in the stick. It's an effect you can turn on in the, again, Moza settings. And for the F-14 preset, I'm using the Moza F-14 preset, by the way. They have that effect on a very small percentage, and you can feel it when you are doing rolls. Very cool. Right, but now we're gonna test out our ground employment. Speed brakes out, because I guess I want the bombs to fall faster than me. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. And pulling up. We're not dead. Did those bombs drop? Oh yes. Totally not on target, but that's actually where I did aim, so it was on target for where I aimed. Now let's go into air-to-air mode. If you didn't notice in the clip, then there was big jolt when you drop the bombs. Now let's use some sidewinders against some IL-76s, as Jester already called them out. I'm gonna try to get a lock on them, if I remember the controls. And we'll try to get them. Though, could also try 12 o'clock. Honor 12 sharp. I'm guessing Jester fired off that missile, because I don't think I did. Or maybe I did by accident. It's probably not gonna track since I didn't really find the target. Or no, Jester fired that off. I think that is tracking. 11 o'clock. Switch over sidewinders. Is he gonna take out one of those planes? Or is it just falling out of the sky? I guess I accidentally fired off that missile, but you could again feel a big jolt. Oh. Okay, missile release. See if that hits. We were quite far away, so maybe that's not gonna hit. I'm gonna go for the next one. Fire them off. IL-76 down. Okay. Now one more effect we're gonna try out is the gun effect. Oh. Thanks, Jester. Let's not turn too fast in that case, so we don't rip off some wings. There's an IL-76 right under us, but I think we're going too fast to engage him.
Speed 470.
Maybe we're fine. Alright. Now let's get some gun effects
Right smack on her nose.
on him.
3 o'clock low. Pew-pew.
Chester. Oh shoot. Oh no. Alright, but that was by accident totally. But I guess that's a good place to end it. With gun effects also have that small vibration. They're much less noticeable in this than they are for Phantom, but again, you can adjust these effects. You don't have to keep them the way they are in the presets. You can make your own presets, which is very cool. And once you die in the aircraft, the stick just goes wimp. Like, there is resistance, it's not gonna like just fall over, but it's just there's no force feedback anymore. So the Moza AB9 base really enhances the feel of the F-14 Tomcat and immerses you into the cockpit of this plane and others. While this software still needs work, Moza is committed to improving and will give us a reworked version in the winter. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!